Oh, nice background, Eddie. That's nice touch.
It is.
He never ceases to amaze me. Sometimes I worry that I'm raising a basement dweller and then I see his talents and I'm like, sweet, my kid has potential. Right, Eddie? Mm. All right, well, welcome to another episode of Four Pines Quilting live stream. I'm not even sure. Do we have a name for this yet?
I thought we were Turbo Fabric.
Turbo Fabric? Turbo Fabric Express, I guess is what we're calling ourselves. So, welcome to Turbo Fabric Express. Becky's got some great stuff planned for this evening, but I was just going to quickly cover some shop updates. I know a lot of you were excited about the embroidery buddies. The hedgehog, the last time Becky was here, was very exciting.
Yeah, he's still exciting. He's a very exciting hedgehog.
Since then, we have gotten in more, and my personal favorite is the unicorn.
I love her.
Isn't she
love her. And tonight,
she's
I
soft.
will show you how to do beautiful fonts on her for free!
For free fonts on the unicorn. The other thing that we got in is this. If you saw our email, we did get some beautiful fabric in.
Oh, that is pretty.
It's a gorgeous fabric. If you go to our website, you can check it out. It's $9.95 a yard. I just grabbed 2 bolts because I didn't want to clutter up Becky's beautiful workspace here.
Gorgeous colors.
Yes, it's kind of an aboriginal. Very, very, very pretty. That just came in yesterday. So that's available on our website. $9.95 a yard, $7 flat rate shipping. The other thing that came in, I've been slowly getting these in. This isn't the first bolt of this that we got in, but I'm not going to undo the whole thing. But this is Riley Blake has this fantastic line of ombres, and so we've been slowly getting some of them in. And so for the shop update today, Brenda's been busy. She's like, "What do you want me to do?" And so this is just to kind of give you an idea what you can do with ombres. Now, this is just a jelly roll quilt. All we did is we found a pattern online that uses a jelly roll. There's only 3 fabrics in this quilt. You've got 2 accent pieces here, the red and the orange, which is your 2 border prints. That's the only other fabric aside from this. So you're getting all your dimension out of one piece of fabric. And any jelly roll pattern works fantastic for this. Because instead of cutting your strips perpendicular to salvage, you cut parallel to the salvage, and so then you get all these different strips in your different gradations of that fabric. So if you wonder what to do with ombre fabric, find a jelly roll pattern. And jelly roll patterns work fantastic. That's all this quilt is here, is we just, like I said, we just we found just a free jelly roll pattern online. 3
different colors of ombre?
No, it's all one fabric.
That's all one ombre?
Yeah, that's
This right here.
This entire quilt is made with.
These are all one ombre.
Yes.
And how much? How many yards?
Oh gosh, we didn't keep track of it. It's probably, if you do 1.25 yards of an ombre, 1.25 yards will give you a 44-inch square.
Yeah.
So what that does for you is 1.25 yards is equal to 1.25 yards no matter how you cut it.
Wow.
So you just cut it parallel versus.
Cut it parallel to the salvage.
Yes.
And that's how you got like a strip
yes,
of yellow.
because this is the fabric. That entire quilt is made with this bolt of fabric.
Open this up,
well, you can see it.
I can't see. I need to visualize.
I'll show you. See if you go like this. But I'll open it because you want to. Okay. See.
We're visual people here.
See, but you can.
Wowzer! So look at that.
So all of that.
You're cutting your strips.
You cut
like
your strips.
this.
Yeah, cut your strips that way. And this, we've got 6 or 7 different pieces of this ombre. Really nice stuff. Something to keep in mind if that just came in too this week. So that's really all we have. The other thing for shop news, just as a quick update, we are on the schedule for a Kimberbell event on March 14th, which is a Sunday. We're going to go from 11 to 5, and it's going to be the Garden Guild. Becky's probably going to talk more about that at this point.
Yeah,
Did you have a picture of that, Eddie?
I got a video.
Oh. But you see, I'm going to see if Eddie's going to do his magic for me. See? So if you look behind me.
Nice, Eddie. Thank you.
This is what we'll be doing on March 14th. 11 to 5. That will be available for all you that love to do this live thing.
We're doing it as a Zoom class.
We're going to do it virtually. So
it doesn't matter where you live, baby cakes.
Yep. This will be, we're going to, no matter where you're at, we are going to be doing this virtual. It's going to be $99. And I should have kits in here in the next couple of weeks. So as soon as, if you're interested in that, and it should be live on our website for you to sign up for that. If not tonight, tomorrow morning it'll be live. And if it's something you're interested in, sign up and we'll get you a kit, and it'll all be virtual if you enjoy this
Well, not
craziness.
only that, when you talk virtual, they can do this in their own little bubble. You can
Yes.
get together with your sacred girlfriends in your dining room or your living room
Yeah.
and still join us here.
Yeah.
It can be a great fun day.
Yeah, because you all just sign up and get your kit, and then you all just log on to one and hang out and have fun.
Some beautiful spring.
And it's a lot of fun. It's basically a glorified Zoom meeting. It's a great time. Last time we did it, we had a lot of fun. So we all encourage you to. It's a Sunday afternoon or 11 to 5. We're hoping that worked out better for everybody. And that's pretty much all I've got for shop news at this point. And I'll leave the rest up to Becky. Let her take over, and I'll get out of her
I'm
way.
going to show them a little promo of our Garden Guild, if that's okay, Eddie. Can you let my computer take over for a minute?
Oh, I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
I don't hear any sound, though.
Oh yeah. Can you make the sound come off of that?
Maybe it's me. That's the one we're not doing. That's not a one-day event. Let's try this one. Sorry, Steve. This is showing you how much goodies you get in your packet for your $99. How much stuff is coming in for your packet. All the goodies that come in complete for the day. I don't know that they get all the
Each
stabilizers,
applique
but
can
you
be
know
made
what we
in
can
5x7 and
There's the
6x10
alligator,
hoops.
okay. All right.
Use a
Snag
wide
some
variety of
Kimber
Kimber
bells on
embellishments
us.
to embellish zipper pouch
But
blanks,
it should be a lot of fun.
totes,
They're not
tea towels,
difficult.
aprons, and more.
But it's a good time to
Spend
embrace
$100
spring.
at the Garden Guild
It's a good time
pop-up
to
shop
get
and
together
receive
have a
For the
little
Love of
fun.
Gardening absolutely
March
free.
for me is really gonna stink. 'Cause I'm
Whether
gonna-
you're a few plants short of
I
a
don't
full
usually
flat
stay
or just need a little peace and quiet,
I am.
For the Love
I
of
am,
Gardening
and
is
I'm
a cut above the rest.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to do to get there and to get back that I'm not so sure I want to go through. But yeah, and this one I'm going to work on fonts with you tonight on in Brilliance, and instead of Wet My Plants, I am definitely wetting my pants. I will not be using plants. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be March 14th. It'll be on the website by tomorrow. Danny? Will it be on the website by tomorrow?
Yes.
Great. And so you can sign up online. And again, it's going to be a virtual Zoom event like we did before. So it doesn't matter where you are. We're starting at 11. So if you're in a different time zone, you still should be able to get up and come in and have some fun. So we hope to see you all there. And there's a few limited seats, but mostly I think it's
Virtual,
it's
yeah,
virtual. But
If you're
it's
interested,
a lot of fun, guys.
If you
It's a
are
lot
interested
of fun.
in being the studio audience, let us
Yes,
know, and
studio audience. We have
We
to
do
have
have a limited number, and we can make room.
studio audience. And speaking
I love how
of
you
which,
look like a little leprechaun there.
I look like I'm an ant in the garden. Yeah. Yeah, I look really small there, Ed Wood. So I wanted to let you know about a new contest we're going to have. And that's going to start tonight, my friends. We are going to give away a $10 gift certificate every show. The giveaway is going to start next show. It's going to be a quiz-based, an interactive quiz-based, where you will have to listen tonight or on a recording between now and the next show. And Becky will be starting the show off with a quiz. And the first one to get the answer right will win a $10 gift certificate to Four Pines.
Unicorn. It's unicorn.
What's a unicorn?
That's gonna be the word of the day, right?
Unicorn?
I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm going to make it up later.
But
You got to listen.
And if you're watching from afar, the gift certificate, we will email you the number so you'll be able to use it on our website,
Yeah.
so you don't have to come into the store.
Right, but
And
you do have to watch our show.
You have to watch our show. And yes, Jocelyn, we've got a seat for you. All set.
All right, yay! Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Kimberbell before we move into the next stuff. I want to tell everybody about this exciting Main Street. Danny, did you bring your pillow in perchance? Darn gone it, Danny.
Give it away.
Already? Oh my God, you should see the stuff she did with the pillow. We're gonna have to. I would like people do a little bit of sewing along on this one
What's
too,
that?
like we are with Nebula. Maybe next show we can even start this one. Give you some tips and trips. This is, I don't know if it's close enough. Can you see what it is?
We're gonna fix it here in just a second.
It's a bench pillow by Kimberbell that has it's Main Street. And it's got fireworks and it's got lights in it. If you buy the embellishment pack, oh my gosh, it's got buttons that are the cutest little buttons ever. It comes with the red, white, and blue lights, different flags to pick from. Look at the detail in this thing. It is adorable, absolutely adorable. So we will be, I'm going to say it next show. I'll be introducing maybe a panel two of this to get y'all excited. And how to do your background quilting. We're going to quilt this baby. We're going to quilt this baby in the hoop.
Are we gonna do that for a class too?
We're going to do it if you buy it, right, Brent?
Yes, we will be doing that. Yes, if you buy it, we'll be doing a virtual class. On
I
to
love
do
how
all
we
that.
make up stuff on the go.
Hey, why not? That's how I
Right?
like to do it. Yeah.
I mean, because we don't need to do the whole pillow. We just need to show them some of the techniques in the pillow. Which
Yes.
camera am I on? Now you're cutting my head off.
Well, we were just.
Yeah, okay,
see?
well,
Oh,
we're working on it. But anyway, that will be a lot of fun. So if you haven't picked these up yet, do so because next week, we're going to have the future information.
Yes.
We just make this stuff in the car. Okay, the Fill in the Blank program for February was these beautiful ombre tea towels. Brenda made these beautiful samples up for the show. Aren't these cute? With the little crocheted trims on them. Whoops, I got to hold the pattern up better than that, don't I? This one says eat the cake. Okay, well, I have to tell you, every time I see this eat the cake, I think of something much different than cake. So this is a problem for Becky, this one right here. I might have to do something with this word too. Just saying. My mind goes to something besides cake.
Rest assured that when we set this up on YouTube, we don't say it's child friendly, because that
I
doesn't
didn't
check-
say anything bad.
I'm just saying, I'm
You're
just
messing
saying.
with me with my green towel. There we go. Oh, green screen, green towel. There's a problem, isn't it? Yeah. Beautiful floral though. Now, so these designs you get for free if you come in and buy.
The pink one is free. The other one came with a different.
The other one came in, it was a different,
Sorry.
was,
But it's a green towel.
So this is the design we
That's
get.
the free. That's the free design. yes.
Okay. Thank goodness somebody's here
And
to
we
check
do,
me.
And we do have kits available too. I think it's an extra $5 if you buy the kit with the tea towels. It's an extra $5 to get the kit with
To get the finishing kit?
to get the
Good job, marketing director.
the trim and the fabric and the little piece of leather you need, the cherry and all that. Yeah.
Sweet. So all you got to do is buy these cute little towels, which are $14.95, and then you get this free design, which frankly you can use on a lot of things, especially if you reword it a little bit. And then for a mere $10.
Well, no. If you buy it with the tea towel, it's only $5.
It even has the crocheted.
Yes.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Well, we try.
This is brilliant.
See, for all the flack you give me for slacking,
I bet you had nothing to do with
I
this.
had a little bit to do with it. I ordered
He
some of the
purchased
stuff. I ordered it.
This is brilliant. I like it. So how easy, and look how cute that is for bringing spring here in. We all need this February to just get up and go.
It's a great Easter gift.
It is a great Easter gift. And speaking of Easter gifts, we're going to give you a sneak peek on the March blank that's coming. And that would be the cutest little Easter baskets. They call them Easter buskets. I don't know where it is now, but beautiful Easter designs that we'll be doing. So get if you haven't been part of this program, get on it because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
And being part of the program just involves coming in and buying the stuff.
It's
That's all
not
it
a big
takes.
deal. It's very easy and it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so that's Kimberbell updates. We talked about the Garden Guild already.
We do have. This is another Kimberbell update. If you're getting excited about that pillow and you like the design, but you're like, I don't need bench pillows. We will be having the red, white, and blue quilt kits available. That it uses those same designs.
Well, same color scheme.
Same color scheme, but similar. But it's going to be a small quilt, similar to the Love Notes or the. Yeah. It's and we have. I have 12 kits coming in. I want to say 6 or 7 are already spoken for. So if it's something you're interested in, yeah, you're on that list.
Okay.
If it's something you're interested in, let me know sooner than later because there is a limited number on The kits themselves, the patterns will have.
Are you going to get the fabric with those kits?
Oh yeah, that's
sweet.
that's why the number's limited, because the pattern you can get all the time.
Yeah.
It's the fabric and
It's
the
the
embellishment.
fabrics are really hard to get on these right
and
now.
the embellishment as well.
But these are just, you can use almost any fabrics.
and we
this
have a lot of those
Danny
already.
used denim on hers, which I thought was ingenious.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make a pillow with them either. Some people have made this into a wall hanging. So you have to use your noodle a little bit. If you don't have a bench, I have a bench that needs pillows, so
Yeah.
I'm good to go. But if you don't, there's so many more things you can do, and they're just fun. They're just fun. So we'll get some of that out next time. All right, so cool beans.
anyway.
Yeah, you want to take
I'll
those?
take it
Like,
anyway, yes.
think I'm all done with those. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit tonight, again, about Nebula. But I want to talk about it differently than I did last time.
I have to show this off real quick because somebody's asking.
Oh,
about it.
please do.
And
Please
I have
do.
a
That
story
is.
about this. I was not going to originally,
No, please do.
and I have to admit this is where I was awful because I ordered this fabric and I thought it was awesome. I love this the fabric that's in this, and so Brenda's like, "What am I doing today?" I'm like, "Why don't you make me a sample?" Which then I claimed for myself. She doesn't know this yet.
Oh, Brenda, that's so nice of you to
But the
make him another
fabric in
quilt.
this is fantastic. The problem is, I put this on online earlier today,
Oh.
and somebody already bought the bolt of this fabric here.
No way.
They ordered the entire bolt of that. So I might try to get some more of it.
New York?
It's just that, this one here.
Yeah.
They just really liked it, so they just ordered the bolt. They're like,
Wowzer.
the website says you have 13 yards, and I'm like, we do. And she says, I just ordered it.
Wow.
So.
What is it, the backing? I don't know what she's using that for. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful fabric. It's
Yeah.
really, but yes, it's a
Sweet.
fantastic, fantastic little quilt. Maybe we'll get some more of it in. I don't know if it's even going to be available, but that is on our website.
Sweet.
The fabric we threw it into the grunge. If you're looking for it on our website, it's not technically Moda grunge, but we just threw it in there with it because it kind of matched. All right.
Nice. I like it. Hopping. All right, let's talk Nebula a little bit. Those of you, Eddie, do you got a picture of the Nebula quilt? This thing is turning. Look at that quilt. Okay, first of all, I have to tell you, when I first started this, I'm like, because I'm more of a embroiderer, appliquer than I am a piecer. But this thing has rejuvenated my love of piecing because I like things to be just so. And this quilt is just fabulous for you learning to better your techniques and get crisper and cleaner. I don't even care if you're a beginner, you can do this quilt if you follow some of the simple techniques and use the tools that she gives you, and of course the tools I'm going to give you too. It just blows my mind every time I look at it. And we have officially moved into month 2. I'm going to show you month 1 and 2.
So anyway, I'm just checking out the comments, and yes, Jane was the one that bought that bolt. So luckily, the one that wanted
Jane, what are you doing with it?
the one that wanted to see the quilt, she's already got the fabric
Thank
coming to her.
goodness. I'm going to try and hold these up. We did, officially this was month 1 and month 2. And whoops, thank you. And we gave you a few tips on how to make these better. And I just am just so excited how they came out. I did, however, learn a lot along the way. A lot. And I'm continuing to learn a lot, which is what I want to pass on to you. I don't care if you're beginner or advanced or if you don't read the instructions, like Brenda. There's still a lot to learn if you want to. If you don't want to, it's going to be a beautiful quilt anyway. But every time I pick up a project, if I don't learn something new, man, it just doesn't, I get bored really fast, I gotta tell you. I'm a process quilter. I enjoy the process, not the completion. The process. And I'm proud of it. So month 2, we did, look at how gorgeous these came out. I used her rulers doing these blocks. Take a look at those beautiful points, people. Aren't they just gorgeous? Come on. I was so thrilled. And look at the backs. The backs are as pretty as the fronts. This just makes my heart sing. It really does. I love it.
But you do know that once you put some batting in there in the back of the quilt, nobody's going to see that, right?
If it ever gets that far.
Okay.
Remember, I'm a process
Okay.
quilter. I may just sleep with these for the rest of my life. I don't know. But then we're going to peek at 3 and 4. Officially, you haven't started 3 if you're on the block of the month schedule. But we shipped y'all 4. So if you're like me, you peeked. So I want to show you, these are 3. So here's 3. And again, I ain't oohing and ahhing at my own workmanship. Yes, I am. And I don't do that often. I do not. If you know me, I am a ripper and a tearer. There's been no ripping, there's been no tearing, and I've been extremely, extremely happy. So aren't those beautiful? And it's all just using a few subtle techniques. But here comes Becky. Can we have a shot of that quilt again? Because I was all about not using my Cricut here. I was all into using the rulers because, oh yeah, those are little squares and a couple diamonds. Yeah, we got it, no problem. And then when I got to month 2, she has us making some strip sets first and then doing cutting, and you got to cut 1 hex and 1 half and 1 half and 1 triangle, and you got to make sure you cut them in the right order. That's my tip for 2. Follow the directions she gives you. It's half a hex, then a triangle, then half an X, then a triangle, or it won't work. Okay, that's my tip. Follow the directions in number 2. Then we get to number 3. And Becky says, all right, this was okay to cut, but there were more triangles to clip, and I clip all 3 corners of my triangles. That's my tip, to it all going together perfectly with no dog ears anywhere. And that's a lot of clipping when you're moving that stupid little ruler around 2 more times to clip. So I'm like, well, that wasn't as fun to cut out, but the results were beautiful, so hey, yeah, happy. But then we got to 4. And all of a sudden 4 was full hexagons and triangles. And I was like, how many hexagons do I have to cut out? How many triangles do I have to cut out? And then I got a clip? Oh, hell to the no. Now I'm not enjoying the cutting process because it takes too long. And that's when I said it's time to fire up the Cricut. Oh, wait. And then I saw how many... how many triangles were coming on this quilt? I can't point to it. How many triangles are swallowing me alive? Way too many. I said, I am not. I mean, there were people posting pictures of stacks of triangles that they cut with that little ruler. And clipping, no. So, tonight, I'm going to show you some of my best techniques for prepping your fabric, whether it's this quilt or any other quilt. Whether you're cutting with a ruler or you're cutting with a Cricut. Fabric preparation is the most important step to getting your pieces accurate. Sorry, it is. We're going to start with that, and then I'm going to show you how I used...
And that's why my piecing is awful, because I hate the prep work.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you don't make hexagons and triangles.
I look at the nebula
and there's
quilt,
more coming, okay?
I look at that quilt and say, that's a beautiful quilt. I will never make it.
Oh, I'm just enamored with it. Absolutely enamored with it. And she has a bunch of Jaybirds, has more patterns out there that I'm just like, oh, just wonderful patterns. Really, 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 really nice. Oh, the other tip I have, because, Becky doesn't want hers to get wrinkled after she puts all that work into it. People were complaining they didn't fit in the project bag. Well, they do if you roll them on a tube. And then there's no creases, no nothing. Okay, just saying. Is that tidy or what?
Very.
Yes. Well, we
Again.
like tidy. We like tidy. So,
And
let's...
that's what makes you the master quilter?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but okay. Let's talk about fabric prep. I'm going to use Nebula as an example because I have it and it's gorgeous. When it comes in your package or any of the fabrics, they have sizing on it from the manufacturing facility, but it's still, not stiff enough for my liking. Now, you all know that I love Tarot Magic, which is this guy. He's not the cheapest guy. Do not use it out of this bottle, as I have learned the very hard way. Missed it. I have learned that my spotting issue, I've done many an experiment. This is where I go down the rabbit hole. I've done many experiments on why mine spotted, and it was definitely associated with uneven spraying. No matter what product you use, spray evenly. That's the tip. This works wonderful, but spray evenly or you will get spots, and they show up more on darker fabrics than they do lighter fabrics, and that's just the beast. So Terra Magic's number 1. The other one is Best Press. I still fall back to Best Press. It's not as stiff as Terra Magic. But Terra Magic's stiffer, the stiffest, right here. He's my baby. We're going to apply them all the same way. That's what's so cool, though. No matter what you like, I'm going to show you how to use them all the same way and get the same great results. Best Press, I love the smells you can get. It's not quite as stiff as Terra, but great results.
If you spray it 3 times and iron it.
Not going to my way. Not going to my way. That's it. Number 4 is good old starch. Now, I ordered this by mistake. Look at this bottle. It's not aerosol.
How'd you find that?
I know. And I love this is now becoming my favorite thing because it's so cheap. And it's pump, pump, pump. I bought a case of it by mistake because I thought it was something, I thought it was aerosol. It's not. And the aerosol cans get gummy. They drive me crazy. They gum up, then they stop working. Plus, this happened to me. And this is no lie. This can was on my ironing board. Everybody see what this can says? And you know, it had this little cover, and it was looking at me like this. This is what I saw. And I was spraying my Nebula fabric. Shh. Oh, yeah. Shh. What the hell? It was like sticking to me. I'm like, okay. This does not belong on your ironing board, ever. Which is why I had to go order more spray starch, and this is what came in, and I'll tell you what, I love this stuff. We're going to show you it tonight. But I still love the smell of Best Press the best. And somebody told me rodents don't like Best Press. Not that I have rodents in my quilts,
not a rodent,
but
so I can't speak
that's
to that.
always what the big thing is. You don't want rodents to eat your quilt, so use this. Did you know that?
What do you keep? How do you keep the dogs from eating your quilt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. You don't. That was why this was a big selling point of this. But
Maybe that'll keep the dogs from
I
eating
got to
your
be
quilt.
honest with you. This one's coming up. But again, any one of these I got to spot. Any one of them, by not applying them evenly, I got to show spots on the dark fabrics. So I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at this one anymore. Because they all did it. Here's the secret, guys. Put your fabric down. I'm going to just use this one because it's right here. I don't care which product you use. You are going to see how nice this comes out. Isn't that crazy? Front, back. I am spraying every inch of this thing, right? It's wet. Feel it, Brent. Feel it. It's wet.
Slimy nastiness.
No, it isn't.
It's not. That's
No, it's
bad.
not sticky. I haven't had any
okay.
flaking.
It's fine. But
And then
still
can you show where I put my fabric to
Yeah.
dry?
Yeah, we're just gonna.
That's right. And there it sits until it's completely
And
dry.
for all you home viewers that hate the messes in the background,
Oh, sorry.
no, I don't really care.
And I do not press it until it is completely dry. Why?
Yeah, why?
Because the heat of the iron evaporates the stuff you're putting on it.
Doesn't it make it stiffer?
No. I'm going to show you dried fabric. You do not iron it until it is completely dry. You don't.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
you will get shrinkage. You will, but not enough to. I haven't had any problems with Nebula with not having enough fabric. But you do not want to iron it while it's wet. Literally, hang them up, let them dry. Just go to bed if you want. Let them dry. Yes, I'm finishing this pack, and then I'm going to show you what they look like when they're dry.
Camera, that's okay.
And this is all you do. I don't care which product you use. I don't care how much yardage you're doing. Spray it and hang it. All right, maybe I won't do the whole thing. That's enough. But that's what I do. And I have this little drying rack. And these are really cool because you can keep it little or you can expand them. And they also
Ooh,
fold.
That's a Fancy one.
Yeah, they all. I can't. I don't. My kitten wrist won't open it. There we go. And it will fold flat. To it comes down and folds flat for traveling. So, Samsonite. But literally, I'm spraying and I'm leaving it there to hang. That's it. How easy is that?
How long do you leave it to hang?
Till it dries.
Is that like a couple hours or is it overnight?
No, it's not usually overnight.
Okay.
Sometimes it's maybe an hour.
Okay.
But the good news is it can be overnight. And while I'm cutting with my Cricut, that stuff is over there drying. Now, you say, what's it look like when it's done? Well, I'm going to turn this over just so. Oh, and by the way, once it comes off the rack, if you're like, oh, it's just a little, it's not ironing quite the way I want it to, you can mist it again, but you don't have to. You can mist it with water if you want. Or I don't do either. I just put the heat on it. Here they are.
So those have just been dried. Those have not been ironed yet.
Watch.
Or pressed, or whatever the word
Well,
is.
they've been on a roll. I put them on the roll
I
to
know.
bring them in. I use the Cricut press because that's my love.
Well, I'm just saying
love.
because, whenever I say iron, sometimes people get mad at me and say, no, I'm pressing.
Well,
And
actually, I iron these.
what's the difference?
When you got seams, there's a big difference. Did you not watch my show where I was showing how to walk along your seam?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But I don't know why the difference.
You
I mean,
walk on
that-
your seam. See this? Then we press. That's it. You don't even have to turn them over. No, that's it. And now I don't care. And I love these. You all know I love these.
Yes.
Look at this. Nothing sticks to this thing.
I think we should get a
Nothing.
sponsor for this because we've got like Cricut.
Right?
I will not sew without a Cricut. I will not. I have the little one, I have this one, and then I have the mega one. So that's it.
And I'm going to tell you, buy a Cricut
Look
on
at-
Amazon.
Feel that fabric. Feel that fabric.
Ooh, that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too stiff.
No, you come feel it, Danny.
No, I do the same stuff.
Oh,
I'm just trying to be audience.
thank you,
participation.
thank you. They just,
I'm
they're
not
just,
watching the comments.
they're just beautiful.
Now we got you covered.
Oh, you got the comments under control?
Yeah, they're just
Okay.
beautiful. And then that's it. That's it. That's it. Now I'm ready to go to cut, whichever way I choose to cut. Isn't that cool? So don't iron with whatever element you choose to use. Do not iron it.
So now you're saying I have to get a drying racket here in the classroom?
I brought mine in last class.
I'm just saying.
I
okay.
did bring it in, but you press it. Go ahead and squirt it both sides and just let it dry, and it's amazing. And I don't care what product you use. The stiffer one is this one. Whoops, that bottle doesn't have a name on it. This is the stiffest. This will give you the stiffest result, which is good if you're doing applique, in my opinion. And this one, and I honestly think this one are pretty equal. And this one is really cheap. So there you have it. That's my prepping. All right? No questions? No?
No
I
questions.
just throw mine over the back of the chair.
Well, you can do that too. You can do that too.
I don't have room for a rack, so I throw them over the dining room chair, so... you
Well,
know.
that dining room chairs work wherever, just as long as they can dry. I've seen people put them over their shower curtains in their tub, but they're dripping them. I mean, they're saturating them.
No,
I haven't found that to be required.
no.
But I do notice a huge difference with both, especially when I'm sewing and I'm doing hand pressing the seams. If I've prepped my fabric already, then pressing my seams open or finger ironing something is so much easier. It holds creases so much better. So anyway, that's that. All right, so let's move on to how would I, if anybody cares, how I used the Cricut to cut one of these lovely pieces of fabric. I'm going to show you a little bit about what was in number 4.
Can you speak a moment to fabric cutting, the Cricut versus the scan and cut? Because as a brother dealer,
I know.
people want me to sell the scan and cuts all the time.
Yeah.
The first question I always ask is,
Here's number 3.
what are you doing with it? And then, because we're a fabric store, most people want to cut fabric, and I have, because Becky has enlightened me, I talk them out of scan and cut for fabric.
I actually have 2 scan and cuts, so it isn't that I don't like scan and cuts. But I have not had great success cutting fabric with them unless you have applied heat and bond or an interfacing or some sort of backing to the fabric. If you just want to cut raw fabric like this, the Skin and Cut just mangled it on me. I don't know how else to say it. Now, they have come out with a new mat.
The big issue, I think,
But,
is
the
the design.
blade.
Is the blade
Is the
design.
blade, which I will talk about.
The blade design on the Scan and Cut is not conducive to fabric.
Excuse me. When I use the Cricut, I don't have to apply anything to my fabric. I literally can cut my pieces of fabric just like this. And the reason I can is the technology of the blade. I don't know if you can see this little blade,
I'll zoom it in.
but Cricut uses a real rotary blade. You can get better focus on that. There we go. See that? See that? That is a real rotary cutter. A
Nice
real.
nails.
No, they're not. Oh my God, look at
They
them.
don't
Oh,
look that
them
bad.
dry
Come on,
skin
I
is
like 'em.
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the color's nice.
Oh, the colors.
I wasn't
nice.
even looking at the
Winter
dry skin. You had to bring
Now,
that up.
yeah,
You had to bring
now
that
I'm
up.
in trouble.
I thought
Oh,
the
now
nails
that's all
looked
I
nice.
keep looking at. Jesus Christ, get off my fingers. Sorry, Lord. Anyway, this is a real rotary cutter. And his little sign, I got in trouble on that one, didn't I? Shuckaroos. This is a real, I love you, Jesus, I really do. This is a real rotary blade with a socket thing in it, so this thing really spins and turns. So instead of it pulling across your fabric, it literally is rolling across your fabric. And that you can't get with any other machine right now. So if you're going to really want to cut fabric that's not backed, I mean, some people love the heat and bond applique stuff. Scan and Cut's going to do a fine job on that. But if you want to cut intricate pieces for piecing a quilt, Scan and Cut's not my game. This beast is. And plus it does all the other things. So I like having one machine. He's my go-to. He's always my go-to. I want to talk a little bit about what's in number 3. I'm not going to give you dimensions and stuff, but I'm going to use number 3 as a quick example because there were only 2 shapes that we required in month 3. I want to show you how easy it is to create the shapes in Design Space so you can kick them out of your machine. Then I'm going to show you month 4 all done. So you really get an idea of, oh, are you kidding me? Because guess what? You're going to see these shapes again and again and again. And I don't have to create them again and again and
Yeah,
again.
more importantly, you don't have to cut the dog ears, right?
No, it's going to cut my dog ears.
Okay, that's
It's going to notch everything for me. And it's going to be perfect. So in month 3, they told us we needed a certain amount of 3.5-inch triangles and a certain amount of 6.5-inch half hexes. That's what they told us we needed. Now, I'm not going to go into how many in dimensions, but I want you to just show you real quick the layout. Don't give too much away because I don't want to get in trouble. I want you to buy the pattern.
Yes, buy the pattern.
Buy the pattern. But what hit me is, oh my gosh, it's telling me exactly on what piece of fabric to cut what shapes in which order. Duh. All I got to do is lay that out, put it on the mat, and shove it through the machine.
And see how nice it's laid out? That's why you want to buy the pattern.
Yes,
because
and
it's
look at-
so well done.
The layout for this one is the same as this one, is the same as this one, is the same as this one. They're just 4 different fabrics. So guess what I do? I create one layout, and I send it through the machine 4 times.
With different fabric, I hope.
Yes, with different fabric. That's how I'm like, okay, yeah. This is such a perfect, Julie, this is such a perfect pattern for the Cricut. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go over to my computer and I'm going to bring up Cricut. Now, this isn't a how to install Cricut Design Space, blah, blah, blah. This is for those people who have one and they're like, how does she use it to cut her quilt pieces?
Now, this is where the Scan and Cut is nice because you don't need a separate computer for it.
Well, actually, with the new stuff, you absolutely do.
Okay.
They now have.
So much for that sales pitch.
Yes, they now have their design system on.
Oh yeah, the Brother Canvas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the design system is.
Okay.
Now, truthfully, the Nebula nicely comes with. I'm sorry.
Yep.
comes with all the templates in the book. Now, I have her rulers too, and trust me, I love the rulers, okay? But in her book, she has all the templates as well. And you could have cut these templates out of wax paper or whatnot and made your cutting stuff that way. So she gives you all the different shapes you're going to need in the quilt. They're all included in your pattern. What's really cool is, like I just told you, she told me on month 3, that I had to cut a certain number of 3.5-inch triangles. If I look at my pattern and I look at 3.5-inch triangle,
Mine came back,
I see it looks like this, and she's got 1 notch out of it, and that's what her ruler will cut. I don't like 1 notch out of it. I like 3 notches out of it, so it lines up no matter where I'm placing it in the quilt. So how do I accomplish that? Well, let me show you. I'm going to pick up a file I created called Nebula Month 3, and I've already brought in a triangle. Let me reduce the screen a little bit so you can see it all. Thank you, Eddie. Whoops, Becky. Becky, you weren't supposed to shut that. You're supposed to make it bigger.
What's she drinking tonight?
Cough syrup.
I was expecting a one-liner from you, Danny, on that one.
Cough syrup.
Hey, Brent.
Okay, cough
All right.
syrup. Now, did you people back in the day?
Yes, that's what.
Because there's a certain amount of alcohol, like NyQuil.
Yeah.
A friend of mine went around and bought a bunch of NyQuil and was going to somehow distill it to get the alcohol.
I think it's cheaper to go to a liquor store with a fake ID.
I mean, yeah, but when you're 16, I mean, I
But
guess it sounds
speaking
like
of
a
which,
good
I'm
idea.
going to wet my throat here.
You know what ideas.
By the way, I'm not a COVIDite. I've had 2
COVIDite?
tests. I am not a COVIDite. No.
You could drink lean, which is
Lean?
cough syrup, Jolly Ranchers, and Sprite.
What isn't that what killed what's his face?
Okay, well, back to my computer, Eddie. Where are you in Wikipedia? Drug searching. Get out of there. Literally, he's searching drugs. Get off of there. We got work to do. All right. I'm in Design Space. I told you the first thing I needed to do was create a shape of a 3.5-inch triangle. I want to show you how easy that is to do. Here's my triangle, by the way, right here. I made it already. Notice up here that the height, are you picking up my, good. The height says it's 3.75, not 3.5. Why did I put it in at 3.75?
I don't know.
Because she already cut off the 1/4-inch dog ear in her measurement. When I bring this shape into Cricut, it doesn't have the dog ear on it. So I have to do a little thinking and go, oh, that isn't really 3.5 inches.
Because-
That's 3 3/4 inches high.
Okay, so the
'Cause-
dog ear is that 1/4 inch that you're missing.
Uh-huh.
And when you create the shape in Cricut, you want the full triangle
To
before you trim
start,
it.
because here's how I'm going to do it. See this little shape thing? I click on shapes and it says, oh, what do you want? Any of these look familiar? How many diamonds do we need to cut, girls? I cut them automatically. I clip them automatically. Here's my triangle. I just click on the triangle, I get a triangle. I need a hexagon, whoo, I get a hexagon. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
So now I've got this triangle, and I've got it sized at 3 3/75 because I haven't dog-eared it yet. How am I going to dog-ear it? Well, Becky went and got some more shapes. Whoops. She got some, she created took some squares. I'm not telling them how many. Thank you. These are examples, not actuals.
Okay,
Ugh.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell them how many. I just want to tell them how to make one. Ah.
But I mean, honestly, if somebody's going through that kind of
Okay,
trouble to
so
not
now
get
I've
the
made
pattern.
this beautiful. Hey, this might sell more patents.
I mean,
Okay, when you
honestly,
see this thing
let's-
cut.
Think about the amount of time that you'd have to spend scouring YouTube to get
Okay.
all the measurements for the nebula quilt.
So now I also created this square.
And then writing it all down.
See, this square created is 4.5 by 3.5. 3.5. That's the height of my finished triangle I want, right? So I
You don't
take.
have the pattern,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I'm just using. I'm saying I'm not using the pattern. I'm just saying.
Based on the template,
this
yeah.
this template. I'm making this template in Cricut. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm showing you how to make this template from this pattern in Cricut. Danny. Okay, so now I got my rectangle and my triangle, and I'm going to gather them up together.
The quote police are going to be giving us a cease and desist.
And I'm going to align them. Now, I don't care what cutting machine you're using or what software you're using. I'm going to take these two together, and I'm going to arrange them so that, align them. Oh, Becky, get with it. Let's get them together. Okay, I'm going to align them so they're both sitting on the bottoms. And then I'm going to align them so they're both sitting centrally. Centrally, is that a word? See what's sticking out? Do you see what's sticking out? My dog ear. My dog ear's sticking out. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if I come down here and use the slice command, what do I get? I don't need this. I don't need this. Guess what I got?
You have the proper size triangle.
I have a replica of this 3.5-inch template. Do you see that? See how easy that is? Now let's say I want to dog ear the other corners. Because if I'm going to cut it on my Cricut, I'm dog earing, right? Guess what I use? I'm going to keep this, I'm going to blow this one away and keep this one as my working triangle. I'm just going to go get my rectangle again. And this time, when I put it over him, you know how I had it lined up here so I could cut the top off? Now I want to cut this little end off over here, correct? First I have to rotate it. Whoops, rotate, not him. Undo is my friend. What I want to do is I want to take the rectangle, there we go, and I want to rotate him to match the same as the angle on this triangle, which these triangles are all 60 degrees. So make it 60. And then I simply want to align these two guys. Oh, I could have rotated the triangle as well. It doesn't matter which one you rotate. But the idea is that you then align them again, and then you slice again. You take them both, and you slice them. And when you slice them, what you get is, get rid of all this junk. We don't need any of this other junk. It's just junk. See how I have two cut now? Is that making any sense?
And then
Did I lose anybody?
You're going to rotate it and do it again?
Yep.
Yeah, you're down. No, you're down. You've got 6 people
Look at-
watching.
yeah, look-
Everybody's got their thumbs up.
Yeah, and look at Brenda's
Okay.
like, share, and subscribe.
So I'm like this, and
like
again,
like a pro YouTube watcher.
I'm rotate. Whoops.
Danny.
Boy, Becky's got sticky fingers tonight. Jeepers creepers. So I'm just rotating it to get the three sides. That one needs to be one. I'm typing in 120 to be accurate. And then when I align them, see how I'm going to catch that last dog ear? When I slice again?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, it's just slicing off the dog ears.
If
And look
you
at, there it
stay-
is.
If you, oh wait, never mind.
What?
You're still cutting dog ears off of the triangles, right?
Right, but now I've got it made.
Yeah, but
Now
I
I'm
was gonna say,
done making that
if it were-
triangle, and I can cut as many of those little buggers as I want.
But if you use the 3-inch square for all of them,
I don't have to cut my ears off.
so if you just use the 3.5-inch square and just rotate the triangle every time, will it do that? Will it get rid of your dog ears without having to type 120 and get all?
Well, but it cuts off. It cuts through both layers when it cuts. So you would have to still get a new square each time, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the angle. Keep in mind the angle that the dog ear is at is that.
But that's what I'm saying. If you spin the triangle every time to put the point you want to cut off.
Yeah,
up,
no, I didn't try that. Try it. Let me know.
No, I'm just saying. If you spin it so the point is up every time and go 3.5 from the bottom every time,
as long as the rectangle still has its piece there.
Yeah,
Because it cuts through both pieces. When it does a slice, it cuts all the way through, and then you trash the stuff you don't need. So that's how you create a triangle. Any size, all clipped, ready to go. And now I can cut as many as I want of them. Now, the hexagon is up here. And in this particular case, let's say we wanted to recreate the 6.5-inch half hex right here. this template. And by the way, if you're nervous about whether you got it right or not, cut one on paper first, lay it on your book or your ruler, and make sure it matches up. But a hexagon is a hexagon is a hexagon, okay? I love her geometry, but it's a hexagon. So I can't bring in half a hexagon. My shapes, when I showed you what shapes I had to play with, my shape was a full hexagon, okay? So I have to bring in a full hexagon, and then I have to
Or you could
almost cut it in half.
You could,
I have to slice off part of it,
because you have to take into account your
the
quarter.
quarter-inch seam.
That-
Exactly.
That quarter-inch gets you every time.
That.
Every time.
If you are in doubt, if you take a ruler and you measure the templates, which is what I did, if you take your ruler and you measure you will be able to easily tell by putting your ruler up here exactly what your finished height needs to be. It needs to be 3.5 inches. Well, how is a height of 3.5 inches give me a 6.5 inch hex? Quarter-inch seam allowance.
Yes.
So, see that? So, once again, I pull in my full hex. I bring
Now
in
your 6.5 inch hex, is that the uncut size or the finished size?
the half hex. She calls this, we're making
I'm
this
just giving you a
template.
hard time
We're
to
making this
confuse you.
template. People, please. I'm showing you how to make any template.
I shouldn't ask questions like that.
No. The big question is a 6.5 half hex, what did it start out as? Because I have to cut it down. What did it start out as
For a full hex?
for a full hex?
Oh, is that our question of the day?
It's just a question.
Is that
of
the quiz
day.
for next week?
I don't know. I
So
don't
if
know.
I want it to be finished at 6.5,
Yeah,
The whole hex.
I need a 7.
right. So I have to cut off 3.5 inches, right? Half of it, because the full height is 6.5. The full height is 6.5.
Right.
The full height.
The
Oh,
full
you're
height.
talking the full-
She's telling you this is going to be a 6.5 inch one, but I want you to take half of it. But if I take just half of it, I'm going to lose the quarter-inch seam allowance for the bottom.
Yes.
So I have to accommodate for that, which means instead of doing 3.25, I now am going to make my square at 3.5 inches. So when I line these guys up, look what's happened. I'm going to leave it over here before I slice it. See how it comes down below? See that?
Probably by quarter of an inch, I imagine.
Yeah, it's perfectly a quarter of an inch. Let's align these two. I'm going to shrink this down so I can get both of them real easy. If I take both these shapes, and again, I just brought them in as shapes, I'm going to align them to the top. So now all the tops are lined up. And I'm going to align them centrally, like that. And now I'm going to slice. And look at what I get. See what I got? See this right here? How come I'm lagging?
Oh, yeah, you're good. It's
No, I'm way ahead of that. Oh, there we go. Okay, see what I got? Guess what that is? That's this template right here.
There might be something in my copy.
So I've already made 2 of the templates. So anytime any month calls for a particular template, I have now created, and I can keep creating and create a library,
What's that?
I made her a mother view.
Oh, okay.
create a library of all these little templates, and then just dig them out and use them as I need them, which is really cool, right? Magic.
It's a kind of magic.
It is. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to show you.
What movie's that from? It's a kind of
I don't
magic.
know. I'm going to show you. Can you see this?
Highlander,
Nebula
one of the-
Month 4.
Greatest movies ever.
I'm not going to go into specific sizes and things, but I want you to show you this is how I laid it out. Now, if you look at her pattern, those match her layouts. I made those templates, and then I used her wonderful diagrams and labeled them with the fabrics, like we talked about before, A, B, C, D. And when I came into Cricut Design, You see that? When I came into Cricut Design, I'm going to say customize so you can see my layout. We don't care about saving that. Customize. All right, save it. I don't care. Open this one, please. Thank you. You will see how I'm going to show my screen shrunk down. I even color-coded them. Why did I color-coded them? Because I want them to go on separate mats. With the Cricut, if it's a different color, it goes on a different mat. Not only do I have my hexagons and my triangles all dog-eared and laid out to match her stuff, I've also included the little diamonds that I warned you guys to cut every time you cut fabric. Remember I said cut little diamonds out? This mouse is acting up again. I cut those out of here
Now,
too.
why are you cutting the little diamonds?
For when we make our pillow.
Oh, I just wanted to remind our viewers.
Yeah, when we make our pillow.
I love how I said our viewers, like we have like
Yeah.
more than
Well,
6
I
people
like to
watching
cut
us.
them out as I go,
No, we're
and
on 5 now.
and I like to dog ear them.
I'm watching.
You lost everybody with Cricut.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Everybody's like, oh my god!
Oh.
They're all thinking it's one of those cell phone
Okay, then we can be done with that.
commercials.
We can be done with that then. We can be done with that. Nobody wants to see it. That's okay.
No,
No,
we're
no, no,
just.
no, no. It was I think it's too complicated at this time of night after a couple hot bodies, you know?
Well, I'm going to show one cut. I'm going to show one cut just to ooh and ah
Yes.
you. I'm going to show one cut.
I'm finding this fascinating. I want to go buy a Cricut now.
I'm going to put this fabric. We're just going to show you one cut. I'm going to put this beautiful pink fabric on my mat. Roll it down. I usually recommend you cut the selvage off, but because I don't want to bore everybody to death, which apparently I already have,
I'm finding it fascinating.
I'm rolling.
Does that sheet come with the Cricut?
Where
or
do
is
you
that
get the
add-on?
roller?
It's a brayer.
A brayer?
You can get almost anywhere. Mine happens to be a Cricut one, but I've got
Oh,
several.
so brayer is the technical term for
This
the
is a
roller?
brayer. It's a rubber roller. It's a silicone roller, and I just love using it, so I do.
It just
Okay.
looks like fun to just rub things with it.
Yeah, it is fun. It's like baking cookies. This is my favorite part. When this goes in, I'm just going to load this in. Okay. Now he's loaded. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pretend I'm going to cut it. Well, I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to cut it. I'm only going to cut one so I don't put you all to sleep. Okay? Of course, I don't remember which fabric that was supposed to be cut on.
Did you want me to get you something?
No, I just want to make sure I cut the right. I don't want
I
to
don't know
waste
if
my fabric.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've got that color over there, so.
No, that's okay. I can
Okay.
tell you by looking at. That's the solid pink. Solid pink is C. So C is cut out. Oh, triangles. We're going to cut some triangles out of C. Watch the magic of cutting my triangles. We're going to cut these triangles out of C. Ready?
Go.
When did they go?
Oh, 6 people are watching now.
See,
Well,
got
because
The
of the
technical
yeah,
stuff's
yeah.
going
When they know it's coming, they're like, it's gonna cut.
We want to see the end result.
We're gonna like count it down. 3.
Uh-oh. Apparently I've already connected that device in another window.
See, the expressions you're making right now are fantastic, and
And he'll be sticking them on something, I'm sure.
well, no, we haven't captured them. Let me capture them in on film.
Let me get out of these windows because
You got that, Eddie? The confused look of technical difficulties.
I'm trying to show you the magic of cutting. I made one triangle, and I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of them with all the dog ears on them. And every month when she tells me to cut triangles, and when you get to the background, people, you will be thanking me. You'll be begging me to cut your triangles.
I was waiting for the hand to come out, the talk of the hand.
It won't connect. You keep saying I'm already connected. I'm like, I am not. Well, apparently
should
I
I
am.
turn it off and turn it back on?
No, I really am connected more than once. Cough syrup.
Cough syrup.
Cough syrup.
Mix it with a little bit
For
of
real, people? Okay, so sorry, I am going to shut her off.
See, that was my IT training coming in there. Turn it off, turn it back on.
I don't know what I did.
Turn it off.
When in doubt, kick it. That's what I say. Now, it's probably going to shoot that out if it does. Will you
Yeah, I'll
catch
catch
it?
it. Yeah.
Thank you. And let's see if Brent knows how to put it back in when it's done yelling and feeding. Do you know how to put it back
You
in?
just put it underneath the little tabby things.
Tabby things, and then press the little arrow button underneath both tabby things, and then that. Yep, and it picks up. There we
Alright.
go. All
Look at
right.
that. I am now a cricket apprentice.
You are. All right, let's try it this time. It looks happier this time. There we go. So I'm doing cotton. Yep, we're doing cotton. I always take more pressure because that's Becky. Tells me my rotary blade because I'm cutting cotton. Yep. Now, Brent, would you mind pushing the go button?
With the go button,
The go button.
button has been goed.
Make sure to stuff it out of my way. And I tend to just line up all my fabrics. I have several of these mats. And I will then sit here. What are you doing?
Because that was giving a weird green
Oh.
screen
And
reflection.
oh, thank you. And I just load them on the mats and let the mats roll. And you will cut your pieces, and I don't care what quilt you're cutting. I mean, if I'm doing strips, I'm not using this. But if I'm doing any shapes, I actually do it for rectangles even, because I just love having it all come out all nice and cut. And you just put in, you create one, and you go, I need this many. And here, can we see it cutting? It's working hard over there. It's working hard.
No, if you were doing it on Scan-A-Cut, it would have peeled up the fabric by now and jammed the thing up. I only know this from experience.
I've tried. This is fabric with nothing done to it. Nothing.
Yeah, because
It's just fabric. And these mats, I just wash off with either mild soap and water or baby wipes or.
Yeah, baby wipes are.
You just don't want them to get covered with threads because then they lose their stickiness. But I just want. Well, that's the magic of it's almost done.
Okay.
And you can see how you create one template, and now you just load up your stuff.
And so once you've created that template, you can, depending on the month, you can drop that template
It's
onto
coming
your.
out right
What's that?
now. It is a little funky on my board. I don't think I needed more pressure. I think I could have used just regular pressure. I put a new blade in there, so
Under
it's very
pressure.
happy. It's a very happy blade.
Well, you can always use duct tape for that.
Not to let you
Ask
off.
me how I know.
So are you gonna have a class for us?
There it
to
is.
have,
There it is.
You get it, Eddie? You got it?
Did you see that?
The magic.
Did
the
you see it?
magicalness of the
That's it.
triangle. And look, there's
I'm
no
doing a
dog
whole-
ears.
No, and they're all gonna line up perfectly, and I don't have to notch a darn thing.
Nice.
So do you have the ruler on you?
I do have the ruler on me.
Put the ruler on it.
I also have the template on me.
I want the template. I want to put the ruler on it.
I'll
See
do
if it-
both.
if it works.
I'll do both, sweetheart. Look at the doubters in here. Okay. Now mine is dog-eared on all three sides. This ruler's only gonna dog-ear once.
Right, gotcha.
Let me get something
I
here.
want to zoom in and out and make everybody at home. What
Don't
am I
make us sick.
watching?
Okay, so here's a triangle. Now this was month 4. I don't want to give up all the sizes for month 4 were different than month 3. So this isn't the 3.5 inch one because this is month 4 I'm cutting. Okay.
But look how it lines up.
Here's 2.5
Pay
inch.
no attention to the measurement. Look how it lines up.
Could be measured wrong, but we want to know if it measured.
Do you see that, peeps? Yep. And unload it, and look what we got, Brent. Here, put it right here.
You're over here.
Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at. Watch this. Watch this.
Okay.
This is where Becky really gets excited.
Ooh, I can see why that would be exciting. But you kind of lost the battle there with those two.
No, I didn't.
Okay, now you okay.
And look
came
what
out.
else they have.
And the diamond. Oh yeah, the diamonds for your pillow.
And there, guess what they have?
Oh, you even put the pillow one. Oh,
And I notched
they're
them.
even dog-eared.
nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
So that's the
Very,
magic.
Very nice.
Yay.
Woo!
So, I don't know what month 5 looks like, but I'm very excited about cutting them on my Cricut.
Now,
So
according
are
to
you gonna have a class for those who have crickets to help them get set up so that we can do it on our own?
Of course I am.
Or of course you can just give us your measurement.
Oh no, that would not be fair. No, I know I didn't start from the beginning on this because I just wanted people to see the power of what you can do
And just
on templates.
And just out of curiosity,
if
'cause-
anybody else is doing Nebula and wants to do this, okay?
just out of curiosity, because when I watch my YouTube videos and somebody shows me something wicked cool,
Yeah.
it drives me insane because I gotta go look on Google to find out what's gonna cost me. What does a maker go
Well,
for on average? I mean, ballpark figure.
The Cricut Maker, well, a lot of our people have them and they've been afraid to use them.
I understand
and I want
that,
to
but
get
if I had
them
to go,
use
if I had to
them.
go buy one,
I don't know, what, $350?
I thought they were 350.
okay, but
$350.
between 300 and 400.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, especially you got to buy mats.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
so,
won't work
so
without
for,
your
for
mats.
about $400 you're
Yeah.
doing Cricut. Okay.
But
I just want to put that out there as a service.
Yeah.
Anybody that fell in love
But
with the
I
demo.
can cut any shape, okay? If I couldn't cut a shape that was already in there, what I would have done is made the shape. Like I could have, if these weren't hexagons and triangles, I could have taken a picture of this and brought it into Design Space and made the shape that way as well. When I figured out what they were, I'm like, those are in there already. But that's another way to get them in.
Yep.
That's another way to get them. You can get them in through pictures and draw them. But I found this easier. And come on, don't you just want to cut some more Nebula?
I'm right on it. I can't wait to go home.
I just want to keep cutting these. Want to keep cutting these quilts now.
Yeah, but I'm looking at all those tiny little triangles. Got to sew them together now.
Yeah, but you had to cut them too,
Oh, I know. I'm just.
and
like
you
I
had
said,
to notch them.
I look at Nebula
Anyway,
and I think
those
it's a
are this
fantastic quilt.
this quilt is just making me learn, and I'm just so proud of all the things I'm perfecting on it. And the shop is here. If I think we have one kit
We have
left.
one kid.
We have one
One
kit, yes.
kit left.
One
I'm
kit.
telling you, the shop is here to help you. I'll even throw in helping you with the Cricut if you buy your Nebula kit.
Yeah.
I'll even put the Cricut in here for you. Oh! You buy your mat and your blade.
I don't know.
I'll
I
let
think-
you use
I
my
think-
machine.
I'm thinking I need a Cricut, and I can now use the excuse that the shop needs a Cricut.
Well, here's what the machine will last a long, long time. Okay, so we're okay on the machine. What doesn't last forever are the mats and the blades.
Tell you what I really want a Cricut for is I can cut out my own Baby Yoda stickers out of vinyl. if I had a
Yes, you
Cricut.
can. Yes, you can.
That's the only reason I
You
want
can
one.
do so much with a Cricut. I'll let you borrow a Cricut. I might have more than one Cricut. Oh, I didn't say that. But if you come in and you are a Nebula purchaser, you bought the patent here at 4 Pines, you come in here and you want to get set up, give us a shout. We're going to make it happen.
Okay, well, if Karen's gonna watch this, Karen Johnson, and she's gonna wanna.
I will personally.
Marie, yeah.
I will personally come in here and get you all set
I've
up.
already got 2 or 3 people.
I will do that. You buy your Nebula kit now. Certain months I'm not going to do. Like month 2, that was with strips and stuff. That wasn't worth it. But 3 and on, baby, you watch. You're going to love your Cricut.
Oh, especially on the.
And you're not going to Aruba, so you'll be around to help finish it.
The finishing kit is going to kill you all with your rulers.
That's right.
And I love her rulers. Love her rulers.
I
Love her patent.
Yeah.
But now I'm in heaven because I got my Cricut in there too.
And if you are in Nebula, there's a fantastic Nebula Facebook group that you should go check out.
I don't know.
Well, it's fun to see what everybody's talking
It's
about.
fun seeing what everybody talks about, yes.
Well,
But
it's
there
fun
is
to
a great.
Be supportive.
I'm
Jeez,
trying to be
that-
too. I was going to post that I was going to do this with the Cricut, and then I got scared to post it.
I know
so.
because there is some quilting police on there that get mad when you.
And I want to encourage people to buy this patent and make this quilt. Even if you're a beginner, the support is here at 4 Pines to get you through it. Don't be scared. It is a work of art. All right, enough of that.
Okay.
I ran out of time.
Okay. No, that's fine. It's perfect. It's 7 o'clock.
I was going to do In Brilliance to get you started.
We're gonna do that next week. How's that sound? For 2 weeks?
I told you we need to do more than one. We need to do once a week. 'Cause
We
it's too
can
much
do
stuff.
we can do once a week if you want. We can do
Well,
this next week.
I
Every other
did-
week is a Brilliance.
People got to tune in though.
Well, now that we're doing the quiz for the $10 gift certificate.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this quiz hard too, people. Don't just think I'm giving the $10 away. You gotta listen beginning to end.
And so.
I might even make it a 3-part question, so I know you watched it from beginning to end. No speeding through.
Well, you could.
Wow.
Yeah. $10 is $10.
Yeah, $10. Yeah. I'm not arguing. See, like I said, the genius behind the $10 is you can't.
I'm
go,
all set for
you
brilliance.
can't-
I
mean,
talk too
I
much,
almost-
but I get too excited about this
I'm
stuff.
curious
I
who
can't
can go.
help it.
I'm curious who's watching that can go into a quilt store and only spend $10.
Don't disengage my audience.
I'm just saying. What do you mean disengage your?
I'm excited about showing you my goal on Brilliance, just so you know, is to show you what you can do for free. First of all,
Yeah.
get your appetite wet on what you can do with the fonts, because I think it's just so much fun. And then baby steps. I would like to cover a little lesson each time we get together in baby steps and give you a little homework and make you come back and show your stuff or talk about your stuff. I can't really show it, but baby steps along the way. Like I want to see what you do with Nebula.
So next week.
I'm on.
Okay,
We got
next week. It was
Kimberbell,
weekly.
we got this,
We
we
got
got
a lot-
that.
okay, so
Right,
weekly.
guys?
So
Brenda's going.
we've just made the executive decision to do this on a weekly basis instead of bi-weekly.
There's so much out
I
there.
think you should do in Brilliance every other week.
Okay, well, so far I haven't done it at all, so
I know, so
let's
you
see.
So we'll start it. See, it's just been
Okay,
decided.
in
Okay.
Brilliance
The
it
other-
is.
The alternate weeks you can do this.
I'm all ears, baby cake. All ears. And let me know if you need help getting Nebula on a cricket.
Hey, go back to that one.
Only 5 watching now.
Okay, well, I was gonna sign us off.
He's gonna send an email out.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching.
Thank
You
you.
got everything done?
I got I'm out of time.
Okay, yeah. So we've been here about an hour, so we're not gonna bore you all to death. Thanks for watching.
Becky already did,
We'll be
apparently.
doing this again next week. We're gonna cover Brilliance, so we're now doing this on a weekly basis. That was very exciting. And so thanks for watching. And like, share, subscribe. And all
That's
that
where the
stuff.
alligator needed
Make-
to be.
Make Becky famous.
Need the alligator on there.
Oh, I'm looking at the green screen, and you got Joey Buttafuoco in there. Oh, it's Cake Boss.
Yeah,
The
Cake Boss.
Cake
Who'll
Boss.
he'll never
Yes,
bake
sir.
again. He'll never bake again.
Why not?
He hurt himself.
Again?
He can never bake again.
Ooh.
The Cake Boss.
Cake Boss.